and we would want to fill sandbags, we could just go down there on the beach, take a deuce and head down there and fill sandbags on the thing. Be on our shorts. We didn't have to do nothing but wear shorts. That's about all I wore when I was over there, was in khaki shorts. Took my combat boots.
Flip-flops.
Yeah, and flip-flops. That's just about all what we wore, you know. The only time we ever had to get in some garb is when one day they come up there and wanted some guards to go down there. There was going to be some guy come in. They said it was going to be some general come in on the airport over there, and they needed somebody to go down there and be a guard. Well, here we are again, you know, just like they come and get us to go carry supplies out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So they come over and said, well, we need you and you and you. We need y'all to go down there and be a guard. So we put on our uniforms, got our rifle, got everything, you know, and so we go out there, you know, and get over there to be a guard. And darn, here comes Westmoreland off the plane. General Westmoreland come over there. He was going downtown to the Grand Hotel, and we had to be in the guard bunch to carry him down there and be down there until he got through with his speech and talking to all that bunch down there at Grand Hotel, and then had to go back to the airport with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, my God, here it is, a general. All them stars on that.
That would have been
as close to him as that fence.
And that would have been a time where maybe they would have tried to get him, and you'd have been right there.
Yeah, I was supposed to be one of the ones supposed to help keep him from getting.
Right.
But nothing happened. We got down. You know, went down there. Of course, you know, when you're young like that, I think I turned 23 when I was over. At that time, I think I was still 22 years old. You're not thinking about the danger of anything. I don't know. You always think it's going to be somebody else. You don't think about the danger, and I didn't think about that until after I got home. Heard how dangerous the deal that was.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd ride around with King. Oh yeah, a friend of mine, you know, Larry King. After we'd been over there, well, I got put on the switchboard, and I didn't want to be on the switchboard, but he wanted somebody to go over and train on that switchboard. So, you know, my sergeant, I went over and trained on the switchboard and started running the switchboard. Well, when the switchboard operator left, you know, he wanted me to be the senior switchboard operator. And I said, well, heck, you know, I don't want to really do it, but I knew all I had to do then was just keep with all the books, and when the lines go out and when they come back in, make sure everybody's shift right. So I went ahead and took that job because he told me, he said, I'll tell you what, Mel. He said, I'll make a deal with you. He said, I know you don't want to do this. He said, but if you'll take that job, he said, and you do the job and you do it right, or you do it where I don't ever have to hear anything out of it, he said, I won't never bother you, and you won't never hear a peep out of me, and I won't hear a peep out of you. Everything will be fine. And so I said, well, all right, I'll go ahead and try it. So I did. I went ahead and so, man, I mean, I had it made from then on. I'd just go down there. I'd set up everybody's shift the way I want them set up, you know, where I didn't have to do anything but go down there at lunchtime and relieve the guy at lunchtime, you know, for him to go to lunch, and then he'd stay gone an hour and come back. Well, then I'd have the whole afternoon off. And then while I was down there, I'd be fixing all the books. Whether if the lines went out, you had to put down when it went out, why it was out, and when it come back in. And all. We had a lot of switchboards going all over the place, all over the country down there, down to Saigon, all at Pleiku, and all at Da Nang. And, you know, we had switchboards all over the place, going everywhere, and I had the wire lines going through. But anyway, so Larry King, he was in the tent with us when we all was up there too. Well, they wanted somebody to be a carrier, you know, and a carrier. Now that was kind of a dangerous job, but he went ahead and did that job. And that's where, if somebody wanted to send some message somewhere, he's a carrier. He's got that thing, and he can bump a general off a plane, you know, to get that information of where it's got to go. I mean, that's how serious a job it was. Anyway, so he did that a while, and he kind of enjoyed it because he was flying all over the country, boy. he thought that was something. I said, man, you crazy. I said, I wouldn't want that job. I said, who in the world wants to fly all over? He said, man, I can bump anybody off a plane. He said, I can fly anywhere. You know, I can get any Jeep, anything I want. He said, go. And I said, and he done made Spec 4 then, and I had too. I was a Spec 4. And and then when he had a chance to be, they asked him if he wanted to be the general's driver. They wanted him to be the general's driver. And so he moved out of our little shack. He would stay gone sometime a week or two at a time, then come back. But then he come up there one day and was getting all the stuff. I said, where are you going? He said, I'm going down and live at the Grand Hotel. You know, that's where we had to carry the general down there. you know, to talk to all them other generals. So anyway, so he got all this stuff. He went down there and he was the general driver. So he had a little building out back, him and 2 or 3 other guys that drove for the general, and drove for all them lieutenants and stuff down there. Anyway, so he was the general driver. So he'd come by up there, you know, and drop the general off, and then come by over where I'm at and pick me up. He said, let's go ride around downtown. I said, okay. So we'd ride around downtown, because I wasn't doing nothing either. We'd ride around downtown, we'd come back, go down to the beach. Anyway, I said, I got to be back up there and let that guy, you know, relieve. I was trying to remember what that guy's name was. Whirly was one of the guys that worked for him. Whirly. Boots. His last name was Boots. He's from Alabama. Anyway, I said, I got to be back there and relieve Boots, you know, for lunch, you know. Well, he'd go back by there. So he'd come up there and I relieve him for about an hour. Then he'd come back and then we'd get back to it. And but what was so bad, you know, sometimes we'd be, and so he'd be bringing the general up, and when he'd let the general out, so all of them had to come up there and work in that area where we was at, in that compound. So every day he'd drop him off up there, and then he'd come back and pick him up in the afternoon, you know, to take him back down to the Grand Hotel where he slept.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he was wanting me to go with him down there to something downtown. I said, man, I can't ride down there with you. I said, you got the general in the truck. He said, oh, he won't care if you ride with us. And I said, he ain't going to. I said, man, the general ain't going to let me ride. He said, yeah, he will. And he said, you just wait and see. Because, you know, he done got to be pretty good friends with the general, you know. So he pulled up there and was picking the general up. And so I was in the front. So he pulled up there to pick the general up. The general come walking out there. I crawled up in the back. He said, Larry's going to ride with us downtown. All right, that'll be all right. And he got front seat. Never said no. We rode on downtown. But then sometimes when we were getting hit, you know, there was a couple of times we were getting hit and water rounds were coming in like that. King wanted me to ride with him and be, you know, like a guard, you know, riding the general down there and back. I didn't particularly like that. I sat in the back seat with a rifle. But anyway, I did it because he was my friend. But anyway, that wasn't a whole lot of fun.